Greetings, fellow travelers. I can only assume that me and you have similar interests based on the fact that you clicked on my video. If not, you can exit via the back button or by clicking on an advertisement that pops up in this video. Tonight I want to show you the newest knife that I've made. If you watched my last video of my homemade hunting knife, this one is a big departure from that one there that I designed. I'll show you here. That's the newest one there. There's the knife from my last video. So big departure, and I'll tell you about that in a second. But first, the beer that we're sampling tonight, Jalapeno Pepper Ale by the Bent River Brewery. Now this beer here, not just this particular beer, but this brand of beer, Bent River, is very close to my heart. I used to live above this brewery. They have a bar and they brew their beer inside the bar. It's a microbrewery, and I used to live right upstairs. I've got many good memories from that time in my life. And I remember the day that I sampled this beer in a pint glass in the actual bar. Now these guys are based out of Moline, Illinois, which if you're not from the northern part of the United States, it's a semi-populated area. It's not as big as Chicago or all the bigger cities around, but it's a pretty densely populated area. There's Davenport, Iowa. There's Moline, Illinois. There's Bettendorf, Iowa. So it's the Quad Cities is what it is. So it's multiple cities combined, very close together, and it kind of makes up one big metropolitan area. But anyway, this beer here, Jalapeno Pepper Ale, I love this beer. I love it. I got nothing but good things to say about it. It's not the kind of beer you're gonna sit back and throw down a six-pack. It is what it says it is. It's Jalapeno Pepper Ale. It says right on the side, 200 pounds of fire-roasted peppers go into each batch of our jalapeno wheat ale. I love hot stuff. I can't sit down and drink a six-pack of this. It's kind of like, I love Tabasco sauce. I love hot sauce. But I'm not going to sit down and swallow the whole bottle, I'm going to put a couple drops on my food. And I like to have one, maybe two of these, and then kind of, switch back to regular beer, because it is hot. It's hot. Maybe not at first, but, you drink a couple of them, it's hot. But yeah, I love this beer. I love it. They've got some other good beers as well. I don't know if these guys, I doubt they distribute, across the country. It's probably like a local thing, but I'm sure there's other microbreweries out there that make different beers like this as well. And if you ever find one, check it out, because I highly recommend it. It's Jalapeno Pepper Ale by the Bent River Brewery out of Moline, Illinois. I believe they also have a branch in Rock Island, Illinois. Alright, so here's the newest knife that I've made. And like I said, I don't know if you checked out my last video. This is the previous knife. As you can see, I did my first acid etch. I don't really care for it. You know, I look at it one time and it's kind of cool, but then I look at it again and I don't really like it. I think I might sand this down and re-etch it. Now, I use muriatic acid on this. Muriatic acid will turn carbon steel kind of a dull kind of finish there, as opposed to the highly polished steel that's underneath. And I think I might try to just dip the whole knife and get that dull finish on there, you know, and see if it's kind of a protective coating as well. I'm gonna test that out. I haven't done too much research, a little. I kind of want to do it on my own and kind of learn as I go. But that's what I've done with that one there. This one here, this is my newest knife. This is the one I wanted to show you guys. Now, like I said in my previous video, I'm not an expert knife maker by any means. I'm the furthest from an expert knife maker that you can imagine. What I wanted to do with this one, I had this idea, this vision in my head of a knife based on a straight razor. I had this picture in my head, and I tried as hard as I could to emulate that picture that I had going on in my head. And the basic design and the shape, I almost got it right, except for I went a little bit crazy up here, and I don't really care for that. I should have came up a little bit more. I don't really like that. On my next design, I'm going to alter that. But it is what it is, you know. I wanted to make a knife that was strictly designed for cutting. It didn't have to be durable. I wanted it to be a knife that I could make as sharp as hell. And I thinned it down a lot. I had this thing on the belt sander for quite a while, and I got it down to the thickness that I wanted it at. Initially, I had the idea of having the wood all the way around here, to come all the way around and be kind of a circle shape, and you know, be kind of separate from the blade. So you had this really long shape, circular, very well defined, and then you had the blade that was the tool. I had this vision initially, and it didn't work out so well. I got it a little bit too thin around here, and when I tried to work it, the wood actually, it started to splinter and crack, and I actually had to remove this entire piece. I cut it, sanded it straight down there, sanded it down, stained it, and on my next knife, you know, this one here, I wanted to do basic, you know, durable, functional. This one, I tried to get a little bit too elaborate. I kind of stepped ahead a little bit. You know, I'm not, like I said, I'm not an expert knife maker. I got a little bit above my britches there. The knife is functional. You know, it's sharp as hell. The design and the looks, like I wasn't going for really looks on this one. This was just a durable, you know, beat the hell out of it type of knife that's sharp and, you know, heavy duty. I wasn't going with that on this one. I wanted something functional. I was trying to make it look better, you know, kind of go a little bit more for the looks. But, you know, overall usability is definitely, you know, with this knife. It's very sharp, which is what I made it for, as opposed to my last knife. The shape of it, you know, I drew out the shape, and the handle, I got down pretty much what I was going for. It's pretty much what I had pictured in my head. Like I said, I wanted to kind of base it on a straight razor, like the idea of a straight razor, you know, long handle, kind of curve shape and come back up and around. I think I accomplished that. I'm pretty happy with that. I think, like I said, up here, just, not what I'm very pleased with, and I'm going to change that in the future. But I just wanted to show you guys that quick. And there's a lot of people on YouTube learning about knife making. I have to say, when I started doing this, when I made this knife here, it was kind of a one-off type of thing. But I have to say, I really have enjoyed making these knives. And as I said before, I'm going to make a lot more. And I think I've really found a hobby, another hobby, I should say, that I do really enjoy. But yeah, I just want to kind of show you this quick. And if you guys got any questions about it, you probably still don't want to ask me. Maybe a couple more videos down the line, you can ask me a question about knife making. I can have a wise answer for you, but at this point, I'm still not quite there. But I do have an awesome idea for my next knife project. And, this is me learning right with you guys. If you guys clicked on this video to learn about knife making, I'm right there with you, because I'm clicking on all these videos too. So, alright, I hope you enjoyed my video. And, yeah, there it is. There's my newest design. Alright, later.